My name's Peter Johnston. I work out of the Busselton office at ACTON Southwest. In our office down there we have a specialised rural industry. There's probably about 4 or 5 of us guys full-time in the rural game, and we specialise in lifestyle farms generally. Now we would like to think that we'd be able to sell a lot of bigger farms, which we do from time to time, but generally the major interest coming out of the market at the moment is for lifestyle properties. The industry in the past has been pretty good. The prices have been buoyant up until 2008 when we had the world crash. Since then, things have been sliding back to about a position where we think that things have evened out now, and we've got a nice supply of property and a nice supply of people looking for them. If you're going to be looking for a property in this market, you want to have a good percentage of equity. Rural is not your normal residential property. You'll need to go to the bank and say, right, well, I've got 30 or 40%. And usually this comes about by someone selling their house and they're going to step into a farm and they're going to have plenty of equity. Generally the prices are pretty tough. We range in prices from $600,000, $700,000 right up to $1.2, $1.3 million, depending on what you're looking for. We have 2 types of buyers when it comes to rural properties. We've got the plain lifestyle properties. Now the lifestyle buyer won't necessarily call himself a lifestyle buyer. He likes to think that he or she is perhaps a farmer, and they'll come in looking for something that they can afford. Now, usually 100 acres is the major property that we sell is 100 acres. The other type of property that we sell is the small rural, semi-rural, 20, 30, 5 acre blocks, and they are just pure lifestyle blocks. So at the end of the day, the difference between a rural property of say 100 acres and 5 acres is not a lot of difference in price, but it all will come down to what those improvements are. Now, if you're looking for something a bit more substantial, and we have a lot of investors coming in, whether they be merchant bankers or mining executives or people who have sold their business up north perhaps, I'm getting a lot of those guys in at the moment, or corporate guys or a merchant banker, and they're going to come in and they're going to invest in a property that might be buying 2, 3, 4 or even 600 acres, something with water, good fences that they can run livestock on or put an enterprise in. We're seeing a little bit of call for the moment, for example, avocado farms. Guys are setting up with avocados, and that seems to have a good line of investment, so much so that the returns will be looked at by the bank, for example. So those bigger farms are not in great demand, and there's a lot of them out there. But what we might say to the farmer is, rather than trying to sell the whole 600 or 700 acres in one hit, let's break it up and sell it in 100 acre blocks. And that way we can sell it off to a fly-in-fly-out guy. He's got a couple of kids, he's sold his house, he can come in, he can do up the house or build, and from there he can settle into a nice little lifestyle. You know he's not going to make $1 million out of the property, but you know that that farm is actually going to rise in price over the next 4 or 5 years.